Today I'm going to explain the most common interview questions that Revature could ask. Mainly for Java. So for Java they mainly ask what is the difference between a class and an object. They ask for what is abstraction, inheritance, encapsulation, and polymorphism. They ask for type an object declaration, type a class declaration sometimes. They can also ask for what is the difference between an array and array list. They can ask the difference between a set and a map. They can ask for the difference between a list and a queue. They can ask what is the difference between a list set and map, and you'd have to explain all that. They also ask what are exceptions, and they can also ask you how you handle them, like with a try-catch-find review, that stuff. They also can ask you how the difference between a list stack and queue. And you'll have to provide an example of that. And then for SQL, they ask what is the difference between a primary key and a foreign key. They do ask how do you retrieve everything in a table. They can ask you for syntax like create a table. They can ask you for unions. They can ask you for joins as inner join versus outer join, where they can ask you for what is the most efficient join. And then for web, they'll ask you what is HTML, what is HTTP, what are attributes, what are tags. For CSS, they'll ask you about CSS, what does it stand for, box model, and selectors. For JavaScript, they'll ask you how to declare a variable, how to manipulate a document, and they will ask you about event handlers, and then they'll ask you about data types. So that's about a little bit of what they can ask, and that's not all the questions you're going to get. So that's just an example of a few, and it could be useful.